Hey guys, how you going? I'm thinking about the leadership model. I had a really good post from Louise on our evolution page about the model, and she doesn't know the Kabbalah very well, so she put some really good points up, and it made me question one part, and the reason why I've done it, but maybe it needs to be a different name. So I'm just wanting to get a little bit of feedback on the modelling behaviour part, because it was the part when I looked in the class, everyone was questioning it, and it's partly due to the fact that people don't know why I would put a modelling um, motivational behaviour, not modelling, the one on the right hand side. The reason why I put motivational behaviour is because what this does is it gets you into that connection of movement, because that particular Sephro in the Kabbalah is about emotions, but it's the movement Sephro, so it's one that actually does all the movement, and that's why I put motivational behaviour. The thing I was thinking of changing it to is emotional connection, and then talking about how that's got to move, because the communication one on the left hand side is the one that actually keeps you stuck. It's the mind stuff that actually stops you moving. The emotional one is the driver that forces you to move. So that's why I put motivational behaviour there, because it's a mover. So I just want to get some feedback. If I put and change it to emotional connection and then communicate about that, what I'm thinking is that's going to make more sense to people, and it's going to make more sense to you guys, and then I can explain it from what it is about and how important it is from a movement perspective and that sort of thing when when I'm taking you through the model more deeply. So that's the only one that I saw you guys confused, and I was just like, okay, is it confusing because I've chosen the wrong words, or is it confusing just because people don't know how to move with their emotions properly? So if I put emotional connection, is it like emotional movement? Well, yes, it's easy to understand the emotional connection. Okay, so look, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change it, Kayla, to put it as emotional connection, so then it becomes, because I just watched your brains fry, and I was just like, okay, I've made a mistake there. How can I make sure I make it better, not only for you guys, but because I know you guys will get it, right, when I'm taking you through the work, especially in the second year, that if I don't have that laid down properly as an exposed model outside of the academy, it's going to be a bit confusing. So thanks, Kayla. I think I'm going to do that. Emotional connection. So I'll put that in and switch it around, and I'll change the I'll put an addition into the portal and do a webinar around that. It's easier to digest than behaviour for me. Well, yeah. The reason why I did behaviour is, but it's not. It's going to have emotional, so it'll make sense because we're looking at mind communication and we're looking at emotions on the other side, rather than motivational behaviour. So I think that's going to be better for the framework. And the only thing that because I'm probably seeing my head around this too, the only thing I'm thinking is emotional connection stops you moving, and that's the problem. A lot of the time, if you've got that emotional connection, you can sit there and not do much. With the connection, you have that good feeling but don't move. You're not like that, Carla, of course. You're a good mover. I'm thinking about the people who don't move and don't put action towards their emotional endeavours. So I will switch it, and then I'll just communicate it well. So I think you've given me the gift here, Kayla. So I'll follow that, and I'll change the model and put it out there again and switch it up. So anyone else who would like to provide some feedback, but that bottom part's the only one that I'm going to change out of all. And it's actually thanks to Louise for expressing that she does not know anything about the Kabbalah. So if you're watching this, there's massive reasons why I've got those words, and that's the only one that I still wasn't even sure when I put it down there, because I just wanted to make sure it was a mover. But you got emotional intelligence or emotional maturity to be more movement-based terms. No, because if we do emotional intelligence doesn't make sense, because your emotional intelligence is the blend from communication to the emotional one, so it actually needs both of those two to lock. So they're a joining of those two, communication and the other side. So it's good one. Other parts of, yeah, that's right, Kayla. But this is actually on the Sephiro. When you understand the Kabbalah, that Sephiro is a movement one. Right? It's a moving one. It's a really strong mover. Okay, the humility one at the top is not a mover. All right, so I'm looking at it from a really strong Kabbalah perspective around what they're for. That's why I picked the words. That I am going to use emotional connection because it makes more sense. So thanks, guys, and put any comments that you think might be valuable, because I really appreciate your guys' feedback more than anybody else. Okay, you're the best, and thanks so much, Kayla. It's good. You just made me. It just helped me. I just need someone to bounce it off a little bit. All right, see you guys.